everyone, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. It's me Anargya and hope you're all doing very well. And yes, so as it was New Year today and I wanted to start my year by doing productive stuff, so I thought that shooting a YouTube video would be nice. And then I thought of something to post and then I came up with this idea. I could have posted this like literally 6 months ago, and for some reason I just didn't, because the video we're going to talk about today is Colleen Hoover's best plot twists ever. Like top 3 I'm going to give you, and these won't be the typical, like it ends with us, ugly love, and not that stuff, like, because those are like overly populated books. Let's talk about some stuff that people don't really know and only like typical Colleen Hoover fans have read, because I have read like all of her books except for Never Never. Like I've read all of her books, so I can guide you through it. But for some reason I just didn't make this video, because after I read all of Colleen Hoover and I started reading out other authors, that's when I realized how much I actually didn't like her. And it was just because I hadn't read in a very long time, and I found an author who was like very fast paced and like very easy to read. So I thought, yeah, I'm such a reader, and like I am a reader, but it's like she helped me to get back to track. But I don't really like her stuff that much as of now, because now like I read other authors and I find them much better, and now I find her reading, I don't know, I just don't like it now. But still, to all the Colleen Hoover lovers out there who have read a few books and are wanting to like just spice it up and just read a book with the bestest plot twist ever, here I am to help you out with that. So in this video I'm gonna give you top 3 Colleen Hoover plot twists and not the overly populated ones. So let's get into it. So we'll just go backwards, right? So number 3 we have Confess by Colleen Hoover, and this is one of the less popular books of Colleen Hoover, although I don't get it why this book is not popular, because it's such an amazing book as compared to like her popular ones. Because in this story we have these two main characters, Auburn and Owen Gentry, and these two people meet in a situation where they cannot mingle although they love each other, and it's like a forbidden romance going on here. And there's a lot of stuff. I won't get into details or explain the plot to you or anything like that, because that will just ruin the story for you. Just know that Owen Gentry is like this, has this art gallery which he has named Confess, and where he puts people's confessions, people like give their anonymous confessions to him, and he makes paintings out of it. The story overall is pretty smooth, and there are a few parts where you're like kind of getting bored, but it's not that hard to get through it. Its ending is so good, like it literally made me like feel so filled within myself, because the ending was just perfect. Like the ending pages, it's like a very plain story. It seems like a very plain story, but the ending just makes it 10 times more worth it, and it's amazing. Although I get why people don't always like it, and this may be the same case with you. Like you may or may not very much like it, but to be honest, I loved it, and it has even been one of my favorite Colleen Hoover books for some time when I first read it, because I don't know. So give it a try and let me know how do you like it. So on book number 2 we have Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, which is part of the Hopeless series, first book in it, and it is overall Colleen Hoover's second book, the second book she wrote after what was the name? Slam, yeah. And this was written in like 2014 or something, I don't remember exactly, but this is a story about this girl called Sky and this guy called Dean, and they have this like high school romance, but it's not your typical high school romance. Like it's very different, because Sky has been homeschooled for the first 16 to 17 years of her life, and for the last school year she like tells her adopted mother, like not adopted mother, like she's the adopted child, so she tells her like whatever mother that she wants to go to normal school for this last year, and that's where she meets Dean, and they click, and there's something off about him. She can tell right from the beginning, although he's literally the perfect guy ever. And what's wrong and what's her backstory and everything, that's what the story is all about. Although this is a very fast-paced book, at times you might feel like it's not very well written, although you'll get through it just as easily, because this was one of her first novels. So yeah, but the story was like very, very, very great, and I don't know about other people, but I could never have guessed the plot twist, and like there's like double plot twist going on here, so it's amazing. And I haven't ruined the story for you by telling you this, because you couldn't have guessed it, you just can't. So yeah, and this book would actually make a very good movie. And then there's this book, Losing Hope, which is written from Dean's perspective. Please make sure to not read that book first, because that will literally ruin the plot twist for you. Like, not all the plot twist, because there's a lot going on, but like the major plot twist that would make you like that would be ruined. So please make sure to read Hopeless first and then go to Losing Hope, and not Losing Hope first. That will literally ruin the story for you. Note that. So before book number 1, I just want to let you know, like, this is just a disclaimer that these books are not my favorite Colleen Hoover books. These are just the ones which have the best plot twists. Okay, I'm not talking about my favorite books, I'm just talking about the ones which have the best plot twist. And if you're into Colleen Hoover, you'll for sure enjoy them. So book number 1, we have none other than Layla by Colleen Hoover. I love this book, and I am such a huge fan of this book. I cannot, because this book, like the genre of the book, it literally has like the trope, whatever, it literally has it paranormal activities, it has it's a psychological thriller, it has a little hint of romance, like it's based on romance, but it's not like it's all about romance, but yet it's not all about romance, if you know what I mean. It's just amazing. I loved this book, and I am not guilty to accept it. Like, I freaking love this book. And yet again, I can understand if people don't like it, because not everyone has the same taste. It's just that it did this thing for me. I'm not sure if it would for you, but it's great to check out if you're even a bit into paranormal stuff. Like, I'm not even talking about horror. It's not horrific, it's not terrifying, it's not creepy. It just has like paranormal stuff going on in it. It's romantic, it's paranormal, it's thrilling, it's an adventure. And although I know, there are these two characters, obviously Layla and Leeds. These are the two main characters of the book, but then you'll see there's this ghost in this book, which also becomes a very important part, and then you'll just get to know about it. I don't want to like spoil it for you, so I won't get into details. So I guess that's it for the video. I just wanted to let you all know Colleen Hoover is not my favorite author. Right now, I don't very much like her, but I just wanted to put this content because whatever sells, and I read all of her books, so now I can't let that go to waste, and I have to make content out of it. If people enjoy it, I'll make it, and obviously I've read the book, so why let that go to waste, right? I will be making, I guess, somewhat similar videos to this, because different people need different types of books to read, and you don't know where to start. So here's your girl, just hit me up. And yeah, tell me in the comments below which one is your favorite Colleen Hoover book, because if you have read any of the modern BookTok books, you must have read a Colleen Hoover book. So yeah, and for the time being, bye bye and take care.